Alrighty, second graders, we are going to get back to our small moment stories today, and we are going to plan our small moment stories over 4 pages in our notebooks. So you are going to need your new writing notebook. It is green that you picked up at Nottingham during our supply pickup. If you didn't pick it up, that's okay. I don't have one, but I made mine look like the green one. And in your green notebook, when you open it, you're gonna notice that there is a blank square at the top, which lets you add a drawing to your writing. And then you have lines at the bottom where you can add your actual story to. So today, you are going to need your green notebook. If you don't have it, that's okay, use your black one, because I'm using my black one. You're going to need some sort of crayon color pencil, and you're gonna need your iPad by you because your iPad is going to have your planning sheets on it from last week. So we're gonna set up our notebook today. So when you open up your notebook, you're gonna go to the first clean page where you see your picture at the top and there's no writing. And our story is gonna be 4 pages long. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna number our pages so we know where our story starts and where our story stops. So on my first page, I'm gonna put a 1, and then I'm gonna circle it. I'm gonna go to the next page, and I'm gonna put a 2, and I'm gonna circle it. And I'm gonna go to the third page. Oh goodness, did I do this out of order? Nope, there it is. Let me rip this one out. Don't need that page right now. I'm gonna go to the third page and put a 3. And I'm gonna go to the fourth page and put a 4. So now I have 4 pages in a row that my story is gonna be on. So first, then, next, last. We have 4 pages. So now we're gonna bring our iPads in because our iPads on Seesaw have all of our ideas from last week. And you know what? I'm having a hard time remember what I was writing about. Some of you might remember what you were writing about. So I'm gonna just log on to Seesaw. And I have pulled up my pre-writing. So when I am looking for my pre-writing strategies, I go to my how to write personal narratives, and then I click on my example. Oh, and now I remember exactly what I was writing about. This is one of my favorite stories. If you haven't heard this story before, you're in for a treat. So we've already have some of it planned out. So first, I was swimming in the ocean. Notice that I'm using my thumb first. That's gonna be on the first page. Then I saw a gigantic animal swimming next to me. That's gonna go on page 2. Let me flip. Next, I think it's a shark and I scream and I run out of the water. That's going on page 3. And last, I get to the sand and find out it was a manatee. Which if you don't know what a manatee is, I didn't know what one was either. But then I learned that manatees are actually, they call them the cows of the ocean because they're so nice. So luckily it wasn't a shark, it wasn't a whale, it was just a manatee and I was okay. So I'm gonna leave my iPad out next to me because this is gonna help me do my pages. So I'm gonna add what I wrote on my iPad to my story now. And I'm going to use a pen because I wanna make sure that you are able to see what I'm writing. Actually, maybe I have a darker one in here. Okay, so we're gonna add something called reminder words. And reminder words are just going to help us remember what we want to write about on each page. So first, I was swimming in the ocean. So up here, I'm just going to write swimming in ocean. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna draw a picture of myself swimming in the ocean. I'm not actually writing my story yet. This is just me pre-writing. my story. We're not gonna get to the story until a little bit later in the week. So here are my ocean, and I'm just doing little sketches really quickly. You guys are gonna take more time to do yours. And then I'm gonna draw me right in here. And I'm gonna think about my face. I have a really big happy face on. I'm gonna draw me in there. I'm gonna draw a bathing suit on me because it's really fun being in the ocean. Okay, so page 1 right now is done. I'm gonna flip to page 2. So swimming in the ocean is my first page. Page 2, I'm gonna flip the page. I'm gonna keep my iPad next to me and I'm gonna look over here. Then I saw a gigantic animal swimming next to me, so I'm gonna write a reminder word at the top, or reminder words, and I'm gonna write gigantic animal. So here I'm gonna draw a picture of my gigantic animal, and my manatee, when I saw it, it was this really deep gray color, and actually it had this blowhole that went out the top of it. So when I saw it, I actually thought that, I first thought it was a shark. And then once I was done being scared, I realized it couldn't have been a shark because sharks don't have blowholes. So and I only saw the back of it. And so I think its head was down here a little bit. And then maybe it had some legs down here, and then I'm gonna draw me. This is where I was. I was right next to it. It was so scary. So there I am. I'm gonna think about my facial expressions. I'm nervous, I'm scared, I'm adding some detail. And now you guys, you're gonna go back and you're gonna add a sky, you're gonna add some details in the background, but right now I'm just sketching to show you. So first I was swimming in the ocean, then I saw a gigantic animal. Gigantic animal is just to remind me what I want to talk about on this page. I'm going to flip the page, and I'm going to go to page 3, and I'm going to look over here. Next what's happened? Next I think it's a shark, and I scream and I run out of the water. So what I'm going to do for this one, at the top I'm going to write shark. That's my reminder word. So this is the page where I'm gonna write about where I think it's a shark. I'm not filling any words in down here yet because that's not until a little bit later. We're still planning. And then I'm going to draw a big picture of my face and my mouth screaming like this. Ah! And my eyes are gonna be really open. Give myself some eyelashes and a nose, and then some eyebrows, I'm a little bit angry, a little bit scared. Ah! Give myself some hair. And then I'm gonna put these gigantic exclamation points all the way around so my reader knows that this is a really big deal. Ah! And you know what? I might even add a speech bubble. Ooh, a speech bubble is a good idea. And in big capital letters. Ah! So there I am. I was not feeling great for this one. All right, so now we have, first I was swimming in the ocean, then I saw an animal next to me. Next, I thought it was a shark, and then last, let me flip the page. Let me go back to seesaw. And last, it says, I get to the sand and find out it was a manatee. So I'm gonna write up here as my reminder words, I'm gonna write sand. I might write safe because that's really important that I want to talk about that I was safe. And then I'm gonna write manatee. So then for my picture, I'm gonna draw me. I'm gonna draw the sand over here because I'm on the sand. Maybe a little bit of water over here. And then I'm gonna draw myself. I was like kind of like on the ground, kneeled on the ground because I was like really, really scared and I was out of breath from running out of the ocean. If you ever ran out of the ocean, you know that it is not very easy to run out of the ocean. It takes a lot of energy. And I'm gonna give myself some eyes. And then I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a smile because I'm happy that I was safe. And then this is actually the people that I'm going to draw who is next to me, and they told me not to worry, that it was just a manatee, and I think it was 2 people. Now, the cool thing about writing is that if you don't remember the exact details, you can make it up as long as it makes sense. So as long as it could happen. I don't remember exactly who told me. It was actually strangers that were on the beach, that people I've never even met before, that told me it was a manatee. So I'm just gonna make up, because I forget what they look like, but I'm just gonna make it up like that. So there's my picture. And then at the end, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna practice saying my story out loud. So first I was swimming in the ocean. Then I saw a gigantic animal swimming next to me. I screamed, "Shark!" And I start to run. Ooh, where's the running? Is it on my 3rd page or is it on my 4th page? Where should I write about that? Do I scream shark and then begin to run? Or do I scream shark and then I run on the 4th page? You know what? I think I scream shark and then I run. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna add run at the top. So I think there's a shark next to me. I scream, ah, and I run. I make it last. I make it back to the sand and find out that it was only a manatee and I was safe. And there's my story. We're gonna stop there once you get this far. We're not actually gonna write our story yet, even though I'm sure you're super excited to fill in all of these lines, but we're not there just yet. So writers, today and every day, we always plan out our writing. So when we plan today, you're gonna plan across 4 pages in your notebook, just like I did. You're gonna use your Seesaw planning sheet for your first, then next, and last. So you're gonna add your reminder words at the top, you're gonna add some detail in your picture, and then you're gonna practice saying your story out loud and tapping each page as you say what happens on each page. And then we're gonna save the writing for later on.